KKHT wants you to meet three of the classiest guys in real estate.
I am Chris Kelso, the maestro of mortgage.
I am Rob Cook, the godfather of real estate.
And I'm Joe Orsack, the king of credit swing. And together, we're
the Real Estate Rat Pack.
Much like us, real estate right now is smoking hot. So whether it's buying, selling, or owning, you need to check out the Real Estate Rat Pack.
They're here to take your calls and answer your questions live. Call now, 1-800-808-5548. And now, the Real Estate Rat Pack!
Oh, my.
It never gets older.
Well, you think it never gets old.
You would think it would never get old, but it doesn't.
As long as it's not old to me. It's,
As long as I keep reacting the way I react to that.
It's every single time.
Old, so,
but don't get me wrong, Joe one day and we're going to get together and we're going to come up with a way that will really freak you out in the next opening.
Yes.
Good luck.
I think we should start working on that.
Okay.
That's a good idea. We'll have a surprise for him next week.
Let's do a quick shout out to one of our alumni. It's her birthday today, Lorna Ramsey with Keller Williams Metropolitan.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Lorna.
And hopefully she's having a great day. She's probably out there selling real estate and working hard.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be having a great day inside the studio, specifically because we're going to be talking about either beachside or lakeside living.
Yes, and we've been planning this show for hours.
Hours. Exactly. Called everybody yesterday, like 9 o'clock at night, and they said, absolutely, let's do it.
I was so delighted to hear that we had so many people step forward and go, yeah, I want to do that. So, and first up, the Lady of the Lake, Katherine Maher.
Lady of the Lake. We're going to start off with Lakeside, Katherine. How you doing?
Well, I just
Thank you.
made an executive decision that we'd start here.
And go.
And go. Okay. And Katherine, before the show, you and I were talking about that you actually from Manhattan Beach in the California area. How did you end up getting to Conroe, Texas?
Well, we tell everyone that we lost a bet and we moved here, and we're still here. We enjoy it. We're enjoying it and loving it, and all of our friends and family are moving here slowly but surely.
So I think it's you lost a bet and then you made a second bet and lost that one too then, huh?
Right.
Anyway, let's talk about what you do up in Lake Conroe. What kind of products you sell. I know you sell a lot of the high-end homes and things like that, but you sell lake living, and we talk a lot about. We don't really sell houses anymore. We sell lifestyles. So let's talk about the Conroe lifestyle.
Well, we are still selling not just expensive homes. We sell condos, land, waterfront homes, lots, condos, townhomes, and all-end properties. So it's whatever you want, we're there to help you find it. It doesn't have to be an expensive home. And
one of the things, it's been happening a lot up there. In fact, we were talking about this also on the break, and more importantly, my personal visits up there all the time, is the growth that you are experiencing up in Lake Walden, Conroe in general, Montgomery County, and Montgomery. You just seen a tremendous amount of growth. And one of the things I always like to talk about is it's not just limited. We talk about Houston all the time. We talk about some of the areas in Houston, but it's not just limited to a specific area. It's truly, on the outskirts also going in Houston, especially some of the beachside, in this case, lakefront living.
Right, there is. And it's moving faster and faster because the Woodlands area is filling up quicker with these people coming in. And then now they realize there is a lake up here. We only are 35, 40 minutes away. We can be up there and enjoy that lake and be working right in the city of where they're going to be employed, the new people coming in.
Not only is there a lake, but it's filled up now.
Today it's full. After the last rain, it's at full capacity, 201.1. So we are great. We're good.
Yeah.
And that's very important because there are so many places you hear about that are going through severe droughts, and their lakes are not recovering. They have no opportunity to have them recovered. You go to places in Nevada, you even go places in California where its lakes have dried up or all but gone away. It's great that whenever things went down as bad as they did, 4 or 5 years ago, we got it back really fast.
We did. We do pretty quickly in the Lake Walden area in the Montgomery County because it's fed by streams. That lake is fed by streams. And when it rains on the Sam Houston National Forest, it feeds into that lake. So we do fill up pretty quickly when we get those rains.
And one of the things I always like to ask, because I'm an individual, I love to ski, I love to be out on a boat, when we talk about fishing here in the next segment probably. But, what are some of the fun things to do out there when it comes to lakefront? I mean, that's obviously a big draw out there is what you can do on the weekends, the lakefront living, to be able to get out on your boat, to be able to walk out on the pier, to be able to even go do some good fishing in some areas. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, there's lots to do if you know where to go. I mean, there's Papa's Ice House. People drive up in there and have lunches and dinners and things like that during the way, and they have some music activity on there. And then there's other parts of the lake that have it. There's an island out there that people go on and bring their picnic, and it's beach-like, and it's been cleaned and maintained by one of our fellow workers out there who believes in the lake and saving the facilities for the lake people to enjoy. Fishing, water skiing, there's all places to rent everything, double-decker boats to take and have your parties out on the lake. So there's several areas of entertainment.
I'm hearing about a party coming up. That might be something in the future.
I heard party. I heard
double deck. I heard double deck boat and partying. I'm thinking the next Real Estate Rat Pack event we do.
I heard it was booked, and I
year.
already was upset that I didn't get an invite.
Next time. Conroe is one of the areas I was looking at when I retire, is where I'd like to retire, because I'd love to wake up in the morning and look at water. And the thing I thought about Conroe, and you might talk a little bit about the city of Conroe. I mean, you've got all your major medical there. You're not very far from the Intercontinental Airport. I mean, there's a lot of things that would entice someone to go up there. Is that what you're seeing with the people who are moving in?
Yes, they're wanting that central area, the town-like feeling, but still have country around them, so they're not just totally jam-packed. You just spreads out all directions from Conroe to find your house and your dream, and be associated with everything that you need.
Rob, realtors don't retire. They just go listless.
Where did you hear that? That's my old job.
I'm stealing your material.
Yeah, that's okay. That's funny.
Aren't you impressed? I remembered it.
Yeah, I get a lot of course, varying opinions, and I know a lot of realtors up in that area. If someone's coming in and didn't know much about the lake area, which area of the lake really is probably best suited for recreation and things like that? Or is there any?
Well, it depends. Everybody has a different view of what they're looking for. I mean, you go north up I-45 and get off at Corinthian Point, which is Calvary Road. You've got a really desolate-looking area with a lot of trees, and it's booming up there. So people say, I want to be close to 45 and be out in the country and still have lake access. Well, some of that's great for up there. And some people want the school districts. So the school districts are very important to a lot of them. And they want the south side because it's busier and there's more restaurants right there. But then again, 1097 is just booming as well. So you got the whole lake just popping.
Yeah.
And that is very interesting, though. It's a good question. A great answer is everyone buys according to their own lifestyle. We talk about, everyone's purchasing homes in regards to what their lifestyle is. And then the true thing is you can get any lifestyle you want to out there. If you are going to be semi-retired, it's a great area. If you are looking for a great educational system, great area up there. If you are looking for business and opportunity, again, a lot of new business, a lot of opportunity that's moving in the north side of town, and specifically that you can live on the Conroe. So, you really have a little bit of everything up there.
Is there any, do you see any different flavor to the areas? Like, is there an older section and a young section? Or I have no idea. But is there any kind of different community sense in different parts of
it's not just a separate retirement section. I mean, everybody moves up there in the area that they want, their friends. They start out as a weekend home generally, and then they say, we love it so much, they buy their retirement home, and a lot of them rent them out, put them in we have a rental pool in Walden, and we rent it like a hotel, so people will have their townhouses and condos and homes, and they want to rent them out, and then keep them, make money, and then when they're ready to move into it, they're ready. They're all to go. So
I was talking to you before the deal about my family had the timeshare up there on Piney Shores, and we were there just a couple weekends ago when we had that cool front come through, and it was just absolutely gorgeous, weather, and we were out, and my son and I were playing shuffleboard, and my daughter's into archery, and so she was doing archery stuff, and the setting was so nice. I told my wife, I said, if I could move anywhere in the Houston area, it would probably be out there, but it's too far from our kids' school, and we're very attached to that. But I'm like, I really love still there's trees everywhere, and there's still convenience.
Right.
I can get to Home Depot or whatever, not too far by. I'm all about that. I'm basically lazy when it comes to that stuff, so I don't want to have to go very far for Home Depot.
That's right. That's perfect.
And I have a question, because I hear this all the time. Is individuals will ask me, hey, Chris, what's the difference between Lake Conroe and Walden? And I hear that a lot. People get confused because obviously Walden is on the lake. It's a big lake up there. But there's two distinct areas. I mean, if you're going to go live in the Conroe area, it's different than living in Montgomery.
Right.
And while it's close, relatively close, they are different areas. Describe a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Well, there's, subdivisions around the whole lake, and Walden is one of them. And it is on a peninsula surrounded by 3 parts of water. So when you turn down Walden Road off of 105, you are going down over water into a subdivision that is extremely treed and beautiful and peaceful and quiet. And then you have April Sound. They have a gated subdivision, which is out there on a point as well. So it's a lifestyle that people like. They hear it, they think it's a town. And when I moved here from California, I thought I lived in the town of Walden. So I had all my mail go to Walden. And they said, no, you don't live in Walden. You live in Montgomery County, which is Montgomery, the town of Montgomery. So it was confusing, but everybody says, I want to go to Walden. I want to go to Walden.
And that's probably that's a great way of describing it, because people do get confused. I even for the longest time was wondering, well, where's this Walden County or Walden City? And it's not, but it's, thanks for clarifying that, because that is something very interesting out there.
Yeah, and Walden, I think Bruce Beelan developed that originally, and it's been there probably for, 30 years or something?
32 years, I think it is. Yeah.
It's very nice up there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And easy to access off of 105. Like, say, 105 is a pretty short trip down 105 off of 45. So it depends if you want people to find you or not find you.
Yeah,
they can find you if you're there.
And we talked about it also, and Rob, we talked about this also, is, there's a lot of things to do not only up there, but also getting up there can be quite a beautiful drive as well, depending on how you do it. There's a lot of neat little areas you can go. We're talking about taking your motorcycle and going up 149 all the way up there.
The Montgomery Trace, right there up 149. And of course, it's getting developed now. And of course, oftentimes taking a motorcycle up there, you get behind people pulling boats.
Right.
And so I'm having to find newer, more remote roads now.
Now to switch a little bit about homes and what's going on up there, homes, are you seeing any different types of styles of home? Because you're on the lakefront, obviously. What are individuals looking for in reference to living in their own home? I mean, are they looking for more outdoor space? Are they looking for certain types of amenities associated with getting into the lake easier? Bridges or, any type of thing that they can put the docks, et cetera, et cetera. What are you sort of seeing in that side of things?
Well, they want easy access to the lake. So most subdivisions has a ramp that you can drop your boats into the lake and then you just park them at your house. Or if it's a condo, there's usually temporary tie-ups. So it's accessible to their lake. I mean, the boats to the lake, and being able to go out as quick as possible, jump on wave runners even, and just go out there and make it a fun day for themselves. And then they can just park it right back there, wash up, go back home to their other lifestyle.
And that's always interesting, because, one of the things, we don't see a lot of, especially when you're in, the Katy area, you're in the Memorial area, there's not a lot of opportunity to get out on the lake unless you drive somewhere. So, some of the things that we always see all the time is, you see these homes up there, and especially when you go on to HAR and you look at some of these, and they've got these beautiful boat ramps, they have these beautiful docks, and they've got these living areas, and they've got these centers outside. They actually go and have these parties right there on the lake without having to actually get in their boat sometimes.
Yes, those outside patios are just turning into halfway living areas that people are enjoying out here, and covered porches and everything that you need to live outside on the lake and then have the view right there for you.
Now, Catherine, you work as a team, I understand. Now,
yes, I do.
Now, I also understand you have your whole family held in captivity for this team.
Yes.
Now, tell me. Cheap labor, right?
Right.
Well, talk about your team a little bit.
Well, when I moved here, it was just my husband and I and our two kids, and we left one daughter in Manhattan Beach to school. And then
she won the bet.
She won the bet. She got to stay. And then I slowly told my sister, who was in Wisconsin, I need a team. I need to be doing the listings and take care of the team, and you need to be taking care of all the buyers so we can grow. So we just did that. We created them, and then my brother said, I want to come. He's a handyman home builder, so he's building. Another brother's a professional painter and a realtor in Utah. He moved here, so he's working for us. And then another brother from L.A. moved and built a house already here and selling his in L.A., and they're all going to be doing business in the building business.
That's awesome. So Our Lady of the Lake is growing. She's got our family of the lake.
Yes.
Well, if somebody want to get a hold of you, how would they get a hold of you?
Well, I have a webpage and a phone number. My phone number is 936-525-0095. My webpage is lakeconroelady.com. And my email is Katherine@lakeconroe.com.
Katherine@lakeconroe.com. We are coming up against a break right now, as usual, because time flies when you're having fun. But the show is just getting started, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
I won't dance, don't ask me. I won't dance, don't ask me. I won't dance, madam, with you. My heart won't let my feet do things that they